So, welcome, and are the speakers outside on as well? Yeah, so anybody who's listening outside as well as in here, welcome, and this is our pre-meal ceremony. There'll also be for Luang Por's 73rd birthday, there'll also be a post-meal ceremony at 1 p.m. And this one, we'll wait for a few more minutes to see if more people show up, but we'll start by reading something out, and then we'll do the kalkama, or ceremonial asking of forgiveness, Luang Por's birthday, and then the monastic community down to the Anagarikas. We'll do a hand washing. In Thai we call it rot nam. We'll do hand washing for Luang Por. In Thai we don't say hand washing, we say rot nam, which means like pouring the lustral water. And then Luang Por will give the blessing. We'll have the meal. Everybody will come back together at 1 p.m. But for now we'll wait for a few more minutes. And I see a few other people outside, so we'll wait for people to gather in the hall before beginning. Okay, I'll begin the ceremony. And so this is the beginning of the auspicious day of Luang Por Pasanno's 73rd birthday. And I wanted to start by reading something that was written by Ajahn Jayasaro 3 days ago. Incidentally, it was written on Luang Por's mother's 99th birthday. And I thought it described Luang Por quite well. And it's about the qualities of good teachers. So after I read this out, then we'll do the kalkama in the monastic community down to the last anagarika. We'll do the pouring of the lustral water over Luang Por's hands, and then he'll give the blessing, and then we'll have the meal. So I'll start by reading this out. I have been blessed with some wonderful teachers in my life. By observing them, I have come to some conclusions as to the qualities of a good teacher. Here are a few of them. Good teachers never forget the debt of gratitude they owe to their own teachers. Good teachers teach in a way that is sensitive to time and place and person and group. Good teachers practice what they preach. Good teachers do not show off their knowledge for the sake of it. They dispense teachings that will be of most benefit to their students, in the same way that doctors dispense medicine to their patients. Good teachers do not demand blind obedience or loyalty. They are genuinely open to feedback and create the conditions under which students feel able to offer that feedback. Good teachers do not desire personal devotion, although they are often the object of it. They do not facilitate such devotion, do not praise it, and if it should occur, they are careful not to take pleasure in it. They are not possessive of their students. Under no circumstances do they take inappropriate advantage of a student's devotion to them. Good teachers do not raise themselves up by putting down other teachers, traditions, or meditation techniques. They do not promote the view, only we are right, everyone else is wrong. Only we have the profound teachings, everyone else's is shallow. Good teachers give us the confidence and means to teach ourselves and finally become independent of them. Ajahn Jayasaro, 23rd July, 2022. Okay.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mahatere pamadena varadayena katang sabang aparadang kamatuno bante. Mahatere pamadena varadayena katang sabang aparadang kamatuno bante. Mahatere pamadena Dvaratayena katang sabang aparadang kamatuno bante.
Ahang kamami tumhe pime kamitabang
Kamama bante.
Te atalanda sukita vilulha buddha sasane aroka sukita Hota sahasambe hinyatipi sambe buddha balapata pache kananjaya balang alahanta nanjate che narakang banda misabbaso.
Sadhu.
Can go by seniority for the water. And the lady people will get to do this at 1. So they ought to just be the monastic community. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes, these ritual ceremonies, especially like this, are it's quite simple, but it has a lot of, say, meaning if one reflects on it in terms of, especially in Thai tradition, well, probably any culture, water is always a symbol of life, well-being, essence of life, and so that to be pouring water is also to be. So it's like think of that bestowing of blessings. It's a wishing of well-being, so that this simple ceremony is a means of conveying those wishes of well-being. I think what Ajahn Jayasaro wrote is really quite touching in terms of reflecting on why we practice and how we practice. That sense of always putting the Dhamma first. And one of the reasons why, as you get older, people do draw closer is because there's less and less of me around. No, it's just kind of, in that sense of hopefully, and more Dhamma and less me. And that's first person who receives that blessing is me, along with others. So it's a acknowledgement, recognition of that, but it's also a reminder for all of us. Okay, what do we what do we place as most important? Do what you can do with that knee. Be careful.
Need a wheelchair.
Yeah.
A rolling.
And before Luang Por gives the blessing, just a reminder for those who just arrived that the lay community will get to do this outside in the breezeway after the mealtime. So at 1 p.m. there'll be another ceremony. Also, there's a number of chanting dedication requests, and maybe a couple people now could go receive the food as well. for Apple's grandfather birthday. So long, Dao Ruang. For Tuptim, for our friend P of Thai Lemongrass, she's having a knee operation. For Sumana and Sita, for Brendan, Mai, and Kyra Wolf, and Mr. Noel Manners. It's been 100 days since he passed away. And once the food is received and the monks who've been receiving the food come back, then we'll invite Luang Por to give the blessing.
Dedication on my own birthday, time passing, and just dedicating the blessings of the goodness that has been accumulated over this time by so many people. You realize that as human beings we live in a web of goodness. I mean, it's easy to miss that, and it's easy to not really think of it, and it's certainly easy nowadays to get caught up in the negativity and confusion of the world and the human condition. But the reality is what makes it possible to live a human life rather than, a marginal animal existence, or is a web of goodness that we appreciate and connect to and continually give to, and that's how we exist and live. So it's important to recognize, and then doing a dedication is in acknowledgement of that goodness. So I'll offer a blessing. Yadhavarivaha pula palipolenti sakarang evameveto tinang petanang upakapati Ichitang matitang tumhang kipameva samichatu sape porlendu sangapa Janho panaraso yatha mani chotiraso yatha
Sabitiyo viva jantu
Sabarogo vinasatu Mate bhavat vandalayo sukhidikayuko bhavat Abhivadana silisani chanmudamacharino Jatharo dhamma vadante ayuvanno sukhang Balang akatawe pasananang Agandamang vijanatang Age bunye pasanana Dakinayay anutare Age dhamme pasanana Viraku pasame suke Age sanghe pasanana Punyakete anutare Agasmin danang dadatang agam punyam Bhavadati Agang ayu chavanno chaya sokiti sukhang balang Akasadata medavi akadama samahito Deva buddho manuso akapato pamodate te Pavatu sapamangalang Rakantu sapadevata Sama buddha nupavena Sadasote bhavannute Bhavatu sapamangala Rakantu samadevata Sama dhamma nupavena Sadasote bhavannute Bhavatu sapamangala Rakantu samadevata สัมมาสังฆานุภาเวนะสดาโสติภาวันตุเต